Okie dokie, folks. Uh, Welcome to a mic-less edition of Hadean Lands, episode 3. So, sorry, Mike. I hope you watch this after you finish your lecture, but yeah, unfortunately, Mike can't be here. Mike's doing his a master's in medieval something. I don't exactly know what the title of the course is, but it's a master's degree, and he has late night lectures on a Monday, so he can't be with us this semester, unfortunately. So he will not be able to help us escape from the Hadean lands or figure out what the hell is going on, what happened, why it happened, why people are stuck in some kind of time split, furtively carrying a big jar. But I think that's a long way ahead of us, because in the meantime, we need to figure out what the hell we're doing and how this game works. But I'm not going to recap everything, but I think it's worth just reminding ourselves that in the first 2 episodes, we've learnt some capabilities, and that we start in the secondary lab, where we learn how to imbue objects with properties. We can magically engrave signs on objects, and that gives them certain powers. And then we found another mechanical room where we can turn rods of metal into wire, and we can use that wire as another way of influencing how we put powers into things, because we found one of those seals with a groove in it for a wire to go in. And we also found a machine that allows you to combine 2 wires together to create an alloy. So we can take the properties of 2 different wires and combine them into a single wire to presumably use as a catalyst like that. And then we got into the chymic lab and discovered that we can do chemistry in a big retort, so a big vessel that we can heat from the bottom, and we can put different things in. We put some saline solution and some other things in, and some mushrooms, and we made a fungicide. But we can basically make potions. We can create chemical reactions and produce liquids that we can then put in bottles, and we can use those to help us out in the game. So those are the 3 things. We also know about optics. We found some things that apparently we can turn into optics, and we know when we look on the map that there's an optics lab. And we've also discovered a chime that creates a sound, and so presumably there's a thing with sounds that we can use to create some other effect as well. So we're still kind of, I guess, working our way through the tutorial as it's teaching us these capabilities that later we need to deploy to solve the problems that we're going to face. I guess that's what's going on. But we have admittedly found a lot of stuff. Now, maybe that's good, right? Like we also know that there's a library and a bunch of storerooms, so I suspect we're going to find an absolute shit ton more stuff. So I don't think we should be too worried about it. But what I am worried about is that there are things that we come across that you don't know what it means, or that none of us know what it means, and we might need to do a little bit of research and look them up. And we did some of that in the first 2 episodes, but I want to make sure that if anybody doesn't understand something, please say. I have no idea what a retort is.
Wait, so you're saying that only now you're worried that we might come across things that we don't understand?
I was just assuming that we'd find out sooner or later. Yeah, I didn't want to get bogged down in that, but I think it's probably important that we do spend some time making sure that everybody knows what things mean. So anyway, we're back exactly where we left off We're in Lab Hall Southwest, which, if we look at the map, is here. So this is the Southwest Lab Hall, and presumably we can walk around the corridors. We can see that there's an optics lab over here. There's a tertiary alchemy lab here, a Pyrex lab, whatever Pyrex is, maybe fire, a main store, the primary alchemy lab, which looks completely shut off, and a library, and then a doorway of some kind that we presumably need to get through. So what do we think we should do from here? Oh, it did occur to me as well. Someone said that there's no point taking notes because there's too much information to take notes about. But it did occur to me that there's a really important reason to take notes, which is that there's things that we're going past that we're not solving. So I can't remember, but I think, was there a cabinet that had a lock that we haven't been able to get into yet? Is that a thing that happened? But I'm worried that we're going past stuff that we need to go back to, and so
Okay, well, I've got my notebook out, so
all right. I mean, in the storeroom next to the mechanical lab, wasn't there a cabinet that we couldn't get into?
Yeah,
if I go south,
that does ring a bell.
Yeah. So there's a clean cabinet that we cleaned, which is open and empty. And if you go west into the storeroom, there's another cabinet here. This one is clean but locked. There is a locked cabinet here that I'd almost totally forgotten. I just remembered it as I was watching the stream from last week. Oh, that's right. It says the cabinet is a squarish compartment of some anonymous alloy. It is locked with an alchemy file lock to keep out nosy low rankers like yourself. A seal of that file would open it if you had one. Okay, so I think that's worth noting down, because that doesn't go into our journal. Our journal has no, even under facts, there's nothing in here about.
So how is the word file being used in that sentence?
Good question. Yeah. A seal of that file would open it.
what does it mean by seal?
Oh.
It's possible.
Well, I guess it means that the cabinet is sealed.
Yeah. Well, but how would you unlock something with a seal? That's like the opposite. That's like unlocking something with a lock.
Oh.
Alchemy file.
It could
Is
be
it like
Like a seal on the back of an envelope.
Yeah.
alchemy file lock?
It could be. I mean, the fact that it says low rankers, it could be a file. Like rank and file. The expression, the rank and file. Like a file is like a layer within a hierarchy, so it could be that you need an alchemy file, like your file 1, and then there's file 2 and file 3, and your file Z.
Yeah. It's like a level, basically.
Like a level,
yeah.
An alchemy level lock.
Yeah.
To keep out nosy low rankers like yourself, a seal of that level would open it if you had one. That makes more sense than that, but it could be because he's just using these words in an old-fashioned way. Okay. Let's bear that in mind then. I mean, we might just find an alchemy seal lying on the floor somewhere. For all we know. Where should we go though? Should we just go and see if we can get through this door at the end? Should we just go down the corridor to the door?
Check out the library.
Well, I mean, yeah, the chances of us being able to get through that door are 0, aren't they?
Well, you'd imagine, but
Yeah.
I think we should give it a bash.
Just head straight out into the abyss with no, just ignoring everything else.
Well, it's not the abyss, is it? It's East Side Hall. Like, you know.
Who knows, Chris? Who knows?
Hmm.
You've seen Alien.
Yeah. They're in the room. Okay, let's go north.
Which door are you talking about?
Oh, I'm talking about the door.
Into the East Side Hall.
Yeah.
He wants to escape the labs.
Basically, yes. This is the lab block, right? All of this is labs. And that's the
Okay.
only way out of the labs. And then there's this medical wing. And then this is like a church or something, a nave, chancel, antechamber. And then a bunch of other stuff that I haven't looked at. The lab stairwell opens to the northeast, but a fracture prevents entry. So, yeah, I don't think we can go up or down from here. Lab hall northwest. The laboratory hallway runs east and south from this junction. Another corridor runs west towards the rest of the marcher. To the north, the door to the main store is open. How bizarre. Someone has scrawled graffiti on the wall here. The black marks are curiously twisted. They hint at meaning, but you cannot read them.
Aha. So, need something to do with optics, perhaps.
Yeah. Read graffiti. Twisting involuted strokes of black are scrawled across one wall. The graffito is irregular. I guess that's the script. Graffito. Neither artistically symmetrical nor ink splotch random, but if this is a script, it is utterly foreign to your understanding.
And I feel like we need a black light.
Yeah. Well, didn't we? Wasn't that hinted? Like the optics, like we can create a lens that allows us to see things that aren't actually there.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what we need. All right, let's go west. Lab wing hallway. This hallway runs east and west. However, the fire door to the west is locked, sealing you off from the rest of the retort. A smaller door to the north leads to the primary alchemy lab. It is open but blocked by another fracture. An archway to the south leads to the library. Another standard glass chime lies in the middle of the hall. This one is a glass G flat. Okay, let's get the G flat. That's 2 chimes we have.
Oh, that'll sound lovely with our G, won't it?
So we can't go into the primary alchemy lab, but we can go south into the library. Or if you try to go west, fire door seems to be locked. Let's just look at the door. Oh, which do you mean, the heavy fire door or the pine primary door? X fire door. The massive swinging door that separates the laboratories from the rest of the marcher is closed and locked. You've never seen this door closed except during an all-sections drill. The retort's emergency animations must have been triggered by whatever has happened. Okay. So, I guess by emergency animations it means procedure or...
Do we have to turn the fire alarm off or something?
Maybe. I mean, we can't hear anything. You hear nothing unexpected. There's no alarms going off, but...
Perhaps there's a fire burning.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go south into the library then.
Yeah, let's do what everyone does in an emergency. Let's read some books.
Yeah. There's got to be a manual in here somewhere. This library serves the laboratory wing. You haven't spent much time here. The trainees have their own study room, but you have often admired the rows of fat, musty tomes on their elegantly carved shelves. The archway is north. 2 papers, a neat sheet and an untidy sheet, lie unregarded on the floor. You notice a rota card sticking out from between 2 books.
I mean, get it, but what's a rota card?
A rota card. Let's look at the card. This is a handy device for setting various environmental influences. It's a sort of cardboard envelope with a spinner inside and a little hole cut out. You can turn it so that one of 5 symbols shows through. Currently a sketch of a snowy day. Okay. Should we turn it to see what the symbols are?
Yeah, guess so. So the influences were things that, like when you were doing the smell and stuff, wasn't it? So I guess it's during spell casting, as it were.
Maybe.
We'll have to do something with it.
Yeah, setting various environmental influences. But so the first one shows a snowy day. I've turned it and it shows a windy day. Now a sunny day. Now a rainbow. A moonlit night. And the snowy day again. Okay.
Looks like something that will be useful and I would imagine obvious when we find out where to use it.
There was something about a moon, wasn't there? We've got like like moon metal. So yeah, maybe there's a set of things that we can do with moon stuff. But it's not obvious where you would use the rotary card or rotor card either. Would you turn it to the right thing and then put it on a Gestalt shelf? Okay, let's read Untidy Paper. It's another alchemical recipe. A potion to resist all injury by heat or fire. Okay, that's probably quite useful. This compound protects the drinker by balancing heat against cool. These symbolized by opposing aromas. Place a measure of saline into a bound. Employ the simple sealing with no aroma present. Release a fiery aroma. Invoke counterbalance. Change the atmosphere to chill. Invoke an elementary word of binding. You recall from an unusually digressive lecture that no one ever uses the chymic retort for potions intended to be drunk. You memorize the instructions, including the syllable of counterbalance. Oh, okay, I wondered about that. You also add the sheet to your bundle of paper. Okay, so we gain this word, the syllable of counterbalance that we need. It also, digressive, we understand that word? I mean, it's like when the lecturer just goes off on tangents all the time. Yeah.
Can you remember whether the saline, because we had some saline, didn't we? We didn't use it up, did we?
No.
Because we were worried that it was going to use it up, but it only used a little bit.
The only thing that we've used up so far is the pine cone. Everything else seems to replenish. Rosie?
Presumably when it says change the atmosphere to chill, that would be snowy day.
Maybe. Or is it opposing aromas? Do we need like isn't peppermint, isn't that a cool aroma? And ginger's a hot aroma.
Yeah, no, I thought it was because they're both aromas, because it says these are symbolized by opposing aromas. So one of them is like the ginger for the fiery, and then have we got another one for chili?
Oh yeah, peppermint.
Mint, yeah.
Okay.
I think we could do this. We've got everything we need.
I think we can do this.
And then it says one never uses the chymic retort for potions intended to be drunk. So we just use a normal bound to do things that we drink.
Right.
And it makes me want to drink it.
I see. Right, and the chymic retort is the big glass thing.
Big glass thing.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. So, like a retort that we used in like chemistry lab at school was like a small thing with a long neck that came out the side. But I think if you do a Google image search for retorts, you get these like massive chambers nowadays when they like make stuff at an industrial scale. I think that this one is somewhere in between. It's like a big thing.
Right, but it's saying don't use that. Just
use a normal bound. But it also says place a measure of saline into a bound. I wonder if we use our flask of saline, and the whole flask of saline is going to turn into the potion. So I wonder if when it says a measure, how do we put a small measure into something? You know what I mean? We might have to figure that
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Okay. So there was another paper, wasn't there? What was the other paper? A neat sheet. Let's read that one.
Yeah.
The paper explains how to sing a resonant tone which resonates with the structure of matter. You memorize the information, including the resonant tone. You also add the sheet to your bundle of paper. Okay, so we can sing. Fire resistance synthesis, resonant oculus creation. Oh, we got this last time, didn't we? To create a resonant oculus, an exceptional tool for observing unseen influences. Prepare an environment with lunar influences. Ah, that might be the rotor thing. This will require a bound with a gestalt shelf. Okay. Place any lunar symbol on the shelf, but take care to exclude contaminating aromas. Then place a glass loop within the bound and begin with a simple sealing. Vocalize a resonant tone to tune the loop in the Celtic mode, followed by a syllable of counterbalance to fixate it.
And we have the counterbalance now as well.
We do, yeah. I think we have all of those things. I don't understand this Celtic mode. Tune the loop in the Celtic mode.
Modes are like different groups of notes, aren't they? But what I thought was quite interesting is that so presumably we can sing the normal notes of a scale, but we've got these chimes which will cause a G, which you cannot sing. Was it G or was it H?
It's G.
H
It's
is
an
not
H,
a
isn't it?
note.
We've
but
got
we
an
have
H,
a
haven't
chime,
we?
Yeah.
Oh.
So G flat, I suppose we could sing, but
Wait, H is a note that you can't sing.
H is not a note.
Oh, right, but we have one though, right?
I think we've got a chime which goes up to H, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
I think so.
Or is that because H is actually an A?
Well, I mean, it's not really anything, is it?
Isn't it? Okay. I remember there being something about in German there's an H, but that H doesn't exist in English because of the way that the Germans do notes. But that might be bullshit.
No, you know what? Yeah. I was going to say it's the same in French, but it's not in French because they don't call it that either, because they call it do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, don't they? So.
Okay. So maybe when we do sing this resonant note, we'll be asked what we want to tune it to, and we say Celtic. Okay.
Like Plundered or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, we just need to embrace our inner Lisa Gerard.
You search books, you scan the rows of titles. They're all alchemy texts, but none of them stands out in particular. Okay. All right. So
I'm quite relieved by that, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean to be rude, but
it's not too bad. Just 2 pieces of paper. Okay, so now we're back to Lab Hall Northwest. So the door to the main store is open to the north. Should we go and poke our nose in the main store?
Oh, you're there. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I've just gone north and east. Main store. This is the general storeroom for the retorts laboratories. Shelves begin here and extend to the east and west. However, a fracture to the east blocks a large part of the room. The door to the south is open. You recognise a figure to the east beyond the fracture. It's Ensign Chesk. He is moving towards you, or would be if you were not frozen in place. A steel safe is set into one wall. The safe is closed and locked with a heavy combination lock. The nearest shelves are mostly empty, but a rough diamond, a length of silk cord, and a length of silver chain are within reach. Well, let's look at Chesk, actually. It's Sidney Chesk. An East Empire name. His family is from out that way. He's an ensign in alchemy, same as you, though a year senior. Short, quiet, studies hard. You see something, a sequence of symbols scrawled on Chesk's hand, and his attention seems to be directed towards the steel safe. You squint at Chesk, but he's too far away, and his hand is at an awkward angle. You can't make the symbols out. The last one might be Scorpio or Virgo. Look at the
This
safe.
feels like another need for an optical tool, doesn't it?
The safe is a plain steel block set into the wall. The combination dial shows the 13 zodiacal constellations. Slightly quaint, but the service is slow to change a good thing. The safe is closed and locked.
So they're like zodiac signs, are they?
Yeah. Are there 13 of them?
No, that's the thing,
No,
isn't it?
there's
So
only
we've got a
12.
13th zodiacal sign, and we've
Yeah.
got an extra note as well in the music.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
And we've got lots of people trapped in a like frozen portal thing.
Yeah. Poor them.
Yeah.
Everything's a bit squiffy.
We can go west, though. I've
Okay.
taken the things that we can get. Let's go west. Storage nook. You're in an awkward nook behind the storeroom's last shelf. The rest of the room is east. You see another hatch in the floor, though it's too small for a person. The cover seems to be solid lead. It's closed. A glint of light reveals an alchemy file seal lying near the hatch. Some officer will be in deep trouble for losing it.
Well, what do you know? Just
Well, that's
lying
handy.
around.
No.
Called it.
Can't believe it's just lying around.
I think we're still in tutorial mode, aren't we? This is a seal of silvery bright rutilum, cast with the insignia of the alchemy file. High-ranking alchemy officers carry such badges. Someday you will be granted one, but right now, this one will be awfully handy. Okay. And there's a hatch here. The lead panel must cover some kind of shielded storage compartment. It's closed.
Save it and open it.
Okay. Yeah, there's no indication that there's a hatch where we are, is there? Or where it goes. Save it though.
Yeah, I mean, what could be safer than just opening a hatch that's sealed with
With lead.
solid lead? Yeah. I'm sure it's perfectly safe.
There's fractures everywhere, so
I mean, what are the chances it's going to open? What do we think?
It didn't even occur to me to try to open it. I thought there's no way that's opening.
Too heavy. You try to lift the panel, but it's too heavy to move. All right.
Well, that's not.
Do we have anything that can counterbalance it?
Not yet, maybe.
No.
I mean, either we need to make ourselves very strong, we need to find someone else who's very strong, or we need to create some kind of mechanical contraption to lift it, maybe.
or something that turns lead into something lighter,
That's a good
like a
shout.
spell. That will.
That's a good shout. Yeah, we haven't come across anything lead yet, so. All right.
No, my brain just went, if we change the D to an F, it'll turn into a leaf. Different game.
That was 4 games ago.
Yeah.
If it turns out that that's what we need to do, we're turning the game off immediately. Okay. All right. Well, so there's another thing that we need to remember. So make sure that's in our notes of things.
Yes, Fundis is writing that down as well.
Cool,
Yeah,
cool.
well done, Rosie.
And the safe. So should we go and use this alchemy file on the other?
Might as well.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
go.
why not?
Let's go and have a look. So it's straight south, right? And then west. Cabinet here. Okay, unlock cabinet with seal. How's that? You touch the Rutilum alchemy file seal to the cabinet, and the lock snaps complacently open. Complacently. He's also making words up. He's made a few words up so far. Complacently, though. I like it. It's okay. Open cabinet. You open the cabinet, revealing a phlogisticated gold rod. Oh. You inspect it with some awe. Gold is lovely, of course, but phlogisticated gold is a rare alchemical resource. This rod is half the length of your finger, with a lustrous yellow gleam, brighter and sharper than any natural metal.
Were the rods the things that we were using to make wire?
Yeah. If I do an inventory, it'll probably... Yes, Oh, we have 2 metal rods, nickel and moon metal. Oh, that's because I haven't picked it up. Let's pick it up and then do an inventory. There it is. 3 metal rods. Logisticated gold, nickel and moon metal. 2 chimes, 3 impets of essential oil, 7 chymic flasks, 3 stone chips, and a partridge in a pear tree. Okay, well, we have no use for phlogisticated gold just at this minute.
But we have crossed off one of our unsolved puzzles.
We have 10 points, right? 10 points. Okay, there's nothing else in the cabinet. So
Optics?
optics? Yeah. Let's do that. So east?
Yeah. Can we get a drink in there, do you think? Not those kind of optics.
Let's hope. That would be good if we go in there. There's just wall-to-wall booze. Everybody understand the double meaning of the word optics just to make sure everybody's still with us.
I was just asking whether it was the name of a bar or something.
No, optics are the things that you see in bars where they you put a glass, they have bottles that are upside down that have stoppers in with little valves, and you push them up to put a measure into the glass. Those are called optics.
Ah, did not know that.
There you go. Okay, lab hall southeast. The laboratory hallway runs north and west from this corner. The secondary lab, where you awoke, is to the south. Its door is closed. The door to the optics lab is closed to the east. What happens if we try and open the door, actually? The south door. Open south door. Oh. Open lab door. Open secondary lab door. Pine alchemy door. Okay. Open pine door. The alchemy door won't open, it won't even rattle. Okay, so we can't get into the secondary lab from this side. Let's open the other one then. Open oak door. You open the oak optics door. East. Optics lab. This chamber is dedicated to experiments involving rays of light. A solid block of bluestone forms an immense workbench in the centre of the room. Whatever mirrors, prisms and lenses are supposed to be arranged on the bench are there no longer. The equipment lies shattered on the floor, all just an inextricable heap of broken glass now. The lab's door stands open to the west. A closet door to the east is closed. To the south is a storage annex. A scrawled sheet lies next to the glass disaster. I'm going to search the heap. You stir the broken glass carefully with your foot, but nothing turns up that doesn't look like more broken glass. Always search a heap. Every time an adventure game mentions a heap of anything. Okay, let's read the sheet then. You pick up the sheet and find a formal, if hastily scrawled, receipt for the use of elemental earth in an optical bench setup. Permission granted to use elemental earth for optical mirror calibration 1 day only. If you damage or lose the earth shard, you will be on report until the sun turns green. The retort only has 1 in stock. You look down at the wreckage of the bench and wince. You memorize the information and also add the sheet to your bundle of paper. Elemental earth. For optical mirror calibration. So if we need to calibrate an optical mirror, we're going to need to find some elemental earth somehow.
Well, we need to find the earth shard, presumably.
Yeah. Let's look at the bench. The bluestone block is an absolute stable base, intended to support carefully aligned mirrors and prisms. Unfortunately, it has been swept clean.
Guess we'll go and look in the storeroom.
Yeah, that was south, wasn't it?
Yep.
What else was there? There was south was a storage annex. There was nothing east. Oh, closet door to the east. Okay. You take a deep breath and pull the door open. Once again, a foreign world breaks the retort's familiar boundaries. This time it's an Erebian land. Cracked slabs of ice tilting up above ancient snow. What? Okay, so we're not looking out over a Hadean land. We're looking out over an Erebian land. That Erebor? Is that Erebor? Is that from Dante's Inferno or something? What's Erebian? What does that mean? Can someone look it up?
I'm afraid to look anything up because I don't want to find any answers to the game.
I'm just going to look very quickly.
Or just don't necessarily, just look up the word Erebian or something, or Erebus to see if it's a general word.
Doesn't find anything. It thinks it's spelled Iberian or
Okay.
Arabian.
Right.
Yeah.
So Arabian isn't a standard English word, but it likely refers to erbium, meaning containing erbium, a chemical element. That's useful, isn't it?
In mineralogy.
Okay.
From Power Rangers fan fiction.
Could be a made-up term for it.
Yeah. Or Eregian from Tolkien. Eregi. I don't know how you say it.
Okay.
So it's not a thing.
All right. Well,
For mineralogy, Arabian, relating to or containing the rare earth element Arabium.
oh. A rare earth element? Mention of an earth element.
Mm.
Oh, sorry. Nick was messaging me.
Erbium. Is it?
Erebium. Is that an earth element? Rare earth element. Something.
I don't know. I'm asking Svandis whether it's spelled the same. Erbium. ERB.
Can you take the map? Can you take the map
Yeah,
off
sorry.
and show the
Erebian, it says.
Not spelled the same.
Yeah, this is ERE.
Yeah.
Arabian.
Yeah. There's no E in it.
It's this one.
No, it's not.
Oh, there's no E. There's no E. Yeah.
Okay.
He's made it up.
All right, well.
Here. Fictional Arabian.
Mm.
A race of advanced dark energy using aliens from the Power Rangers. No, it's a made-up word.
Cracked slabs of ice tilting up above ancient snow. Exit.
According to AI, Arabian is a genus of dark alpine butterflies known as Arabia, or known as ringlets. There you go.
All right. Well, I don't think any of us are any the wiser, so no one should feel left out. I'm tempted to go east to see what happens.
Did you go into the? Oh, you want to try and go into it?
I didn't go south into the storeroom. I went east. There's a closet door, and so I opened the closet door, and it said, "A foreign world breaks the retort's familiar boundaries." So apparently, there's like this icy wasteland through the closet door.
Yeah, you can see that on the map at the top of the optics lab.
Right.
Yeah, it's got the same kind of squiggles on it as the other bits.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, I'm going to save it and see what happens if you walk through it.
Yeah.
We know what will happen.
It's all about experiments, right?
No, you carry on. That's right, Chris, you carry on.
Oh, the fracture blocks the closet door. Okay. You shut the door on the Arabian world. Might be worth noting that that's an entrance to the Arabian world. We have an entrance to the Hadean land that we found. So I don't know if that's going to be important or not. Anyway, let's go south. Optics Annex. This is a quiet corner south of the optics laboratory. You've spent many hours here with the other scrubs, snatching extra practice time in your spare hours. A round standing table in back is set up for ritual use. A gestalt shelf is fastened above it. A neglected storage bin contains a scribble sheet, a chip of flint, a concave glass lens, and a convex glass lens. A white feather has fallen to the floor near the table. Okay. Let's read the sheet. You found another student's notes. A formula is scribbled on one side. The anodyne evocation, which aids the growth of the body. On the back are some comments from a chemistry lecture. Percalcination, to repeat the calcination procedure, typically produces a more stable and potent reagent. First calcine a metal, then seal the retort, hermetic, and invoke the crystalline tempering to clarify the salt structure. Add more acid to redissolve and continue heating until a second crystallization occurs. You memorize the information, including the anodyne evocation. You also add the sheet to your bundle of paper. Okay, so that's another procedure.
You said we needed to be strong enough to open lead thing.
Yes, I wonder if that's it.
I'm also wondering whether the white feather is to be used in something to make something lighter.
The anodyne evocation aids the health and growth of the body.
I mean, it's a bit Alice in Wonderland. We might need to shrink again after we've done it because the door is too small for a person to fit through.
Yeah, that's right. The hatch.
Yeah.
Huh. What else have we got? Okay. Elemental earth loan. Percalcination procedure. We've got this copper calcination demonstration. Calcinate of copper. I found out what calcination is. It's to heat something in the absence of oxygen. And it changes the property of something when you do it. So it's about heat. It's not about calcifying, which is, like what a kettle does. And presumably, do you remember Calcifer from Howl's Moving Castle? It was a little flame, right? So Calcifer would calcify things or calcinate things.
Billy Crystal.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
How apropos. So So percalcination is to calcinate something again to create a more stable and potent reagent. So it may be that if we try and make ourselves stronger, we don't manage to be strong enough the first time and have to percalcinate something. I don't know.
We've got 15 minutes to find out.
Well, I think some of these things maybe we'll try in between sessions to experiment with how something works, maybe, rather than bang our heads against it on stream. But anyway. There's other stuff here though, isn't there? So let's get everything. White feather, chip of flint, concave and convex glass lenses. And then there's also there's a bound here. Table in the back corner has a functional ritual bound and a gestalt shelf. It's the unofficial province of ensigns and other lowly forms of life to practice alchemy when the labs are booked. The tabletop bound is empty. So we could do this optics thing right here, right? With the moon rotor thing. If I can remember what the ritual is. Resonant oculus creation. Here we go. I'm going to pop this over here so I can read it. An exceptional tool for observing unseen influences. Prepare an environment with lunar influences. Okay. Do I do this?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, turn card. Moonlit night. Put card on shelf. You put the rotor card on the gestalt shelf. Place any lunar symbol on the shelf, but take care to exclude contaminating aromas. I don't think there's any aromas here, are there? All of our aromas are closed. Place a glass loop within the bound. You put the glass loop into the tabletop bound. And then begin with a simple sealing. So we have a simple sealing word or a hermetic sealing, but it's just a simple one, right? A simple sealing. Okay, so say simple sealing. You take a breath, trace the bound of your mind and intone the simple sealing word. The arc begins to glow silver around the glass loop. Vocalize a resonant tone. Vocalize. I wonder if it, yeah. Resonant tone. You hum the resonant tone. The glass loop vibrates sharply in response. Followed by the syllable of counterbalance. Say, syllable of counterbalance. You speak the syllable of counterbalance. Etheric forces eddy around the room and then swirl in around the silver bound. The glass loop hums, responding to the vibration you imparted. The etheric vortex tightens until, with a silver flash, it is absorbed into the loop. The glass has acquired the subtle pearly sheen of a working oculus. Get everything. So I have a resonant oculus now. Cool. Okay.
Guess we need to look through it at things.
The oculus is a circular thread of glass about an inch across with a pearly sheen. Try look at something through oculus. I'm going to
Look
go...
at the graffiti.
Oh yeah, but also go and look at Chesk's hand.
Yeah. I've just gone north and it's giving me the full normal description, but it says, odd, you notice a spark in the oculus as if it were reflecting some light not present. So it might give us hints when there is things to look at. Okay.
Yeah, nice.
I'm going to look at the heap through the oculus. Through the oculus, you see the fragments of some complex ritual now destroyed. Okay. Look at... Oh, bench. I wonder if it's going to show us the setup. The workbench acquires a colourful fringe when viewed through the oculus, but its symbolic associations are not strong enough to visualize clearly. Hmm. Oh, I'm
We
just
look
going
at specific fragments.
I've just done look through Oculus. Instead of looking at something specific, I've just done look through Oculus. You peer through the oculus, everything acquires a colourful hazy fringe. Wait, there's something else. It wasn't visible to the naked eye, but the oculus reveals a violet spark floating in the air. You focus on the violet spark through the oculus. It's just a point of light, but a memory obtrudes. It's an alchemical lesson, but not one you ever attended. Perhaps not in any classroom or laboratory you've ever seen. The details are unclear, and yet the lesson is vivid in your mind. It concerns the pronunciation of the crystalline tempering. This formula seems to aid crystal formation in mineral substances. You consider these memories, including the crystalline tempering. Okay.
I so wish we had a score.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Okay. Yeah. I thought maybe we could look through the oculus when we looked outside through the closet door, but we can't. We can only see the purple spark. So, there was one more lab, wasn't there? Or two more labs. There's a
Two more, yeah.
tertiary
Yeah.
alchemy lab and the Pyrex lab. Should we go and try looking at the graffiti and then try one of the other two labs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, a lab hall northeast. This is the northeast corner of the laboratory hallway, which runs south and west. The lab stairwell opens to the southwest, but a fracture prevents entry. The tertiary lab is to the east. Its door closed. The Pyrex lab to the north is open. Pyrex lab door to the north is open. West, we're at the graffiti. Through Oculus. Okay, look at graffiti through Oculus. The symbolic associations of the black marks are as unfamiliar as the script itself. Yeah, I don't think that's it.
Seems to imply that it will tell us when there's something to look
It
at.
does.
Yeah.
Let's try looking at the symbols then. You peer through the oculus and see the complex mesh of elements that makes up a human body. It's Sidney Chesk and East Empire name, blah, blah, blah. You see something, a sequence of symbols scrawled on Chesk's hand. His attention seems to be directed towards the seal safe. Okay, so the only thing that we get is this, see the complex mesh of elements that make up a human body. Doesn't really help, does it? And that was looking at the symbols in particular.
Does that mean... So do you remember there was that thing about being able to affect things if you knew what they were made of? Will this
alloys.
Yeah, can we use this, I wonder, to determine what things are made of? Like if we look at the fire door or something.
Let's look at the cabinet. The cabinet is a squarish compartment of some anonymous alloy. The cabinet acquires a colourful fringe when viewed through the oculus, but its symbolic associations are not strong enough to visualise clearly. Maybe not.
Guess not then.
Let's look at the fire door. Yeah, nope. Okay.
Okay.
Let's go tertiary lab first. Okay, the tertiary lab door is locked. So, Pyrex. Waves of heat fill this room, radiating from a massive brick kiln and the roaring gas burners that fire it. The lab door to the south is open. A storage area lies to the east. Within the kiln, half obscured by rippling heat, you can see a thick key and a porcelain pattern. A table at the other end of the room supports a glass vapour crock. The crock is open and empty. You also see a jar of cedar splints on the table. Next to this are 6 splints of assorted woods. Swamp pith, green linden, blackwood, winter oak, maple and elemental wood. Okay. So, a massive brick kiln. We know what that is. Roaring gas burners that fire it. Half obscured, you can see a thick key and a porcelain pattern. Paten. I don't know what one of those is.
No.
Anyone got any idea? I mean, it was a Second World War American general.
It's a plate typically made of gold or silver.
Pattern. Paten.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, this one's made of porcelain, I guess.
So we have to drink that stuff to make us not burn, presumably.
I guess, yeah. The table at the other end of the room supports a glass vapour crock. That sounds like a chemical container. Like a crock is a bucket. Like a crock of shit is a bowl or container, isn't it? I guess is a vapour crock a particular thing?
I mean, it's a very comfortable shoe, isn't it?
Let's have a look at the crock. A McGrew crock is a piece of vaporware. Oh, very clever.
What?
Vaporware is like a tech term for some software that doesn't actually do what it's claimed to do.
Well, it's not that it hasn't been written yet.
Yeah, so it doesn't exist yet. Yeah.
But you're right. A crock is an earthenware like pot or jar.
Like
Like a
crock
crock
pot.
pot. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
of
yeah, crock pot.
course.
So a McGrew crock is a piece of vaporware. It allows you to submerge items in a controlled atmosphere or etheric medium. It's a wide glass cylinder, a foot wide and 2 feet high, with a gasketed lid. The crock is empty, its lid is standing open. You can submerge items in a controlled atmosphere or etheric medium. I mean,
What are you looking at?
a crock.
What was the word you've just used, though?
McGrew crock, or
Why have you looked at McGrew?
because I've just looked. I've done
there.
examine crock.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see that.
Yeah, examine crock. A McGrew crock is a piece of vaporware. Okay.
So in the same way that you can submerge things in a liquid, you can submerge them into like a heavier atmosphere.
Right. Or etheric medium, whatever
Or
that
whatever
is.
the hell that is, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was like that spell thing that you just did, wasn't it?
Yeah, they mentioned etheric,
It did, yeah.
like a vortex that
Yeah.
then went into the oculus.
I don't know why etheric makes me think of the air. Maybe because it's
Yeah. I think that's fair. And then there's a jar of cedar splints. Those splints are, I guess, aren't splints, don't you set fire to the end and then you can light things with them? Like thin pieces of wood.
Yeah, match.
or like when you would light it and then blow it out and wave it around.
Yeah, like I remember do you
Ah.
remember in chemistry you used to make hydrogen and you'd hold like hydrogen in a test tube and then you'd
And then
light a
you'd
splint
put
on a Bunsen
Yeah.
burner
Yeah.
and you'd like blow
It'd
it out so it was
reignite,
just
wouldn't it?
glowing, and then you'd put it in and it would like pop because it would reignite. And I think that little piece of wood was called a splint. Makes sense.
And
Me.
we've got a whole load of different ones.
Okay. Thick key. You can barely come near the kiln's opening. Reaching inside is impossible. Porcelain pattern, same thing. All the splinters. Swamp pith, green linden, blackwood, winter oak, maple, and elemental wood. We've got them all. Okay, so presumably you light a splint and put it inside the McGrew crock to create the thing, and then you put something else in it to whatever, but we don't know anything
Right.
about that yet.
Yeah.
No.
So that's it. I think we need to get the key out, and presumably the key will open the tertiary lab next. Oh, there's a storage area to the east. Let's just do that before we quit. Pyrex store. There's a tangle of storage racks, mostly empty. The Pyrex lab is to the west. On one rack, you notice a jar of campfrost lumps, a silver coin, and a lead rod lie on another rack. A stack of fire brick in back serves as a crude ritual bound, complete with gestalt shelf. Okay, so we get another rod of metal and a silver coin. A small
It's a
jar of
what?
Huh?
A jar of what?
Camfrost lumps. A small jar of camfrost rests on a rack. It has a turned down neck to conserve the volatile substance. Whatever Campphrost.
When I googled Camfrost lump, it said it's an item from a text-based alchemy puzzle game.
It's a
So
fiction
I'm not
substance.
reading any further.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's okay. We can live with. It's just a made-up thing.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Okay. All right. But we've got we have nothing to do with it yet anyway, so I think I'm going to save it and leave it there.
Okay.
We keep finding more and more stuff without knowing what to do with it.
That's
Yeah.
right.
That's fine then. I don't mind that so much. It's when there's nothing. When there's like absolutely nothing. That's
Yeah.
then annoying, isn't it?
Yeah. Hey, we solved one puzzle at least.
And we know what we need to do. I think we need to do the fireproofing thing, don't we, to get the key
Yeah.
in?
Yeah, so there's the fireproofing and then there's the strength thing. I think we probably have everything that we need to do both of those things, possibly. But the fireproofing thing is, I think, the next thing, because that'll give us a key that we might be able to use.
To
So,
get to the tertiary.
Yeah.
To find something to read the graffiti.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't know.
Cool. All right.
Mm.
I must say, I enjoyed this one.
Yeah,
more
I
than-
kind of understood more this time around. It's getting used to the lingo.
Mm.
I think the game is basically, it's giving us a lot of capabilities, and we're going to have to, understand those capabilities quite well to solve whatever's ahead of us through that fire door. I suspect through that fire door, it's gonna be a bit crazy, and there's probably also going to be a lot of things that we don't know how to solve, and we're going to have to, like the students we are, right? Like we're on our own little learning journey from undergraduates, piecing together how to use alchemy and how to use these things. So, but as I say, if there's things you want me to try out, I'll make sure that all of the things that we've got on us are in our notes doc. So if there's anything that you think we should try, I can do it in the meantime and give you the results of the experiments. I'm happy to do that. We don't have to waste time on stream. But, or don't.
I don't think so at the moment.
Don't think about it again until next Monday. It's also perfectly fine. Yeah, that's the same for anyone who's watching. So I hope you enjoyed it. See you next week, everybody.
Bye.
And bye-bye.